What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Dilly Vanilli back here for another video, and today is a big one. It's a huge one. Of course, my Which NFL Team is Better series is back the second time this season. It is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Rams. If you saw the first one this season, you know I talked about the Rams and the Saints. It was a very close 5-4 matchup with the Saints taking the win. Some people did not agree. And then the Saints won that game. And every game, or every video that I've done this series in, with the exception of the Super Bowl one because it was a tie, the one that I picked as the winner went on to win the game that week. So this could be an indication of who's going to win come Monday night. But it is a fantastic matchup between two of the three best teams in the NFL. It's the highest over-under in over 30 seasons, according to the NFL. And this game just has so much offensive explosion. I cannot wait. It's my most anticipated regular season matchup that isn't my own team in years. So I'm really looking forward to this matchup on Monday night. You guys are going to see a stream for that. But I wanted to do my Which Team is Better series because it's interesting to think which of these two teams is better. And going forward, you know, of course, the playoffs are going to be very soon. So we got to see which of these teams is better going into the playoffs. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started with the QB comparison. All right, so we got the QB comparison first for Kansas City. We got Patty Mahomes, 231 completions on 345 attempts, a 67% completion percentage, 3,150 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and also 2 rushing touchdowns. For Jared Goff, 227 completions on 332 attempts for a 68.4 completion percentage, 3,134 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 6 picks. These guys actually in stats are pretty close. Goff's percentage is better, and they're pretty close in yards. But I got to go with Patty Mahomes, and I know people are good. Again, it's very unfair for Jared Goff to be in these really bad QB situations because first it was Drew Brees, and now it's Patrick Mahomes. But Mahomes is the MVP this season so far. Through 10 weeks, he has been the MVP of the NFL. He's putting up lightning numbers, 31 touchdowns, which has been crazy considering he's only a couple away from breaking the season mark from last year, the most that anybody had last year, and we're coming into week 11. So the guy's been throwing like crazy. He makes this team so explosive on offense. He makes Andy Reid's job so much easier, and just some of the throws that he makes are crazy. So even some of the best QBs in the NFL today look at this kid and like, wow, I can't make that throw. So Patty Mahomes just gets the win. I feel bad for Jared Goff. He has to take another L here. He has been doing very good, and again, in certain games this season, he's looked awesome. I saw him last week against Seattle. He played very well. He's still a very great quarterback, but a very good quarterback, especially in this season. But Patrick Mahomes got to take it. He's been the MVP this year. So 1-0 advantage for Kansas City. We're going to the running backs next. All right, next up here, we're at the running back position. Kareem Hunt for the Kansas City Chiefs, 167 rushes, 754 yards, and 7 touchdowns, with 23 receptions, 357 yards, and 6 receiving touchdowns. For Todd Gurley of the Rams, 198 rushes, 988 rushing yards, 13 rushing touchdowns, 40 receptions, 402 yards, and 4 touchdowns receiving. I mean, both of these guys are tremendous. They're 2 of the top 5 running backs in the game. So again, I feel bad for the opposition, but Todd Gurley has to get the win here. He has been the best running back this season. He's almost at 1,000 yards already in playing 10 games. That's crazy enough. And the fact that he can be so explosive in both rushing the ball and being a catcher out of the backfield is great. And Kareem Hunt is also very experienced in doing that. I mean, you look at his numbers, he had 6 touchdowns receiving and 7 touchdowns running. So he's also very good at catching passes as a running back. But Todd Gurley has been the man. He's probably number 2 and number 3 in the MVP. It's such a stacked MVP list this year. And in this game, you're seeing 2 of the 3 top contenders for the MVP right now. So that's awesome. But Todd Gurley has to get the win. Feel bad for Kareem Hunt because he's been explosive as well, and give that man credit for what he's doing, but Todd Gurley's got to get the win. So we're at 1-1 going into the wide receiver core. All right, for Kansas City's wide receiver group, the 2 best receivers, we got Tyreek Hill, 55 catches, 891 yards, and 9 touchdowns. These are the 2 most productive. And Sammy Watkins, 39 receptions, 515 yards, and 3 touchdowns. For the Rams, the 2 most productive receivers that are still on the field, Robert Woods, 55 catches, 832 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Brandon Cooks, 51 receptions, 857 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Now, with Cooper Kupp being in the lineup for the Rams, I might have given this one to the Rams here because of the production of Woods, Cooks, and Kupp as a really great trio. But I got to give it to the Chiefs. They have Tyreek Hill. And here's the thing. People might think this is a little hypocritical because I didn't give it to the Saints last time around because they only had Michael Thomas. The thing is that the Chiefs have a little bit of depth to add to Tyreek Hill. Sammy Watkins is a good receiver that we do think is a little overrated, and he's had his injury problems, but when he's on the field, he is productive. And a lot of other key guys. Again, Kareem Hunt, we're not putting him in this discussion, but he's still a very good guy that can catch passes. Just a lot of good talent that they have at the receiver group that, it's just a little bit underutilized, but you got Tyreek Hill, man. This guy is explosive. He's quick. He can go for 60-yard touchdowns in a game, and you're not even surprised about it. It's crazy. He already has, he's in the lead for most 60-yard plays through his time in the NFL. It's insane. What he can do on the field, he can be one of those home run hitters who can just catch the ball and boom, he's gone for a touchdown. No surprise there. And the Rams just don't have that. They're not really those kind of guys. Cooks is a deep threat, but a lot of the times you just see him get the flag for pass interference and he goes on that way. But in terms of his stats, they're around the same as Tyreek Hill. 4 less catches, a little bit less yards. But he only has 3 touchdowns. Robert Woods only has 3 touchdowns. Tyreek has 9 touchdowns. And he's effective in scoring the long ball. So, got to give it to the Chiefs here. 2-1 as we go to the tight ends. All right, we're here at the tight end comparison. For the Chiefs, we got Travis Kelce, 57 catches, 787 yards, and 6 touchdowns. And for the Rams, Tyler Higbee, 11 catches, 135 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This one's a no-brainer. The Chiefs win this one for sure. In the Saints-Rams comparison, it was very difficult to pick between Benjamin Watson and Tyler Higbee. And Higbee actually did score a touchdown in the win against the Seahawks last week. But, Travis Kelce has been a game breaker as a tight end. He has been one of Patrick Mahomes' favorite threats this year. Of course, you've got so many on the Chiefs offense, but Travis Kelce has been that big tight end that can get it done. He's been the second best tight end of the game right now behind Zach Ertz. Gronk has been out for most of the season. That's why I'm saying that. So Kelce's been the second best tight end of the game. He's explosive. He's a big threat. No matter what, I don't think the Rams defense is going to stop him on Monday. He's going to have a lot of catches. And like I said, Patrick Mahomes loves to go to the guy, especially in the red zone. You're looking for that. If they have a little bit of space. So, no question about this one. Travis Kelce gets it. 3-1 Chiefs as we go to the offensive line. All right, here's the last one here for the offensive side of the ball, the offensive line. For the Chiefs offensive line, their biggest contributors are Eric Fisher, Austin Ryder, their best player, Mitchell Schwartz at the right tackle. For the Rams offensive line, you got Andrew Whitworth, you got Roger Saffold, Austin Blythe, Rob Havenstein. I got to give it to the Rams on this one for sure. They have a top 5 offensive line, and they have 3 guys rated 80 or higher on Pro Football Focus grades. You got Andrew Whitworth with an 84.8 grade, Austin Blythe an 80.7, and Rob Havenstein with an 82.2. Only one guy on the Chiefs offensive line has an 80 or higher, and that's Mitchell Schwartz at an 82.4. The rest of the guys are pretty average to subpar. Austin Ryder's probably their second best player as the center on the offensive line, and Cameron Irving's grade is horrific. John Sullivan's grade is not great either. It's pretty bad on the center side for the Rams, but all that great talent that can help block, especially for Todd Gurley, really helps them out. And Andrew Whitworth, again, you know how he plays, you know how his style is. He's been there for a long time. He's been in the league, I should say, for a long time, so he's going to get it done. This whole offensive line is very solid. And Blythe and Havenstein haven't even had a penalty on offense this season. They haven't even had a penalty between the two of them, so that's really, really good for a false start or anything like that. So awesome stuff there. Rams offensive line takes it. So we got 3-2 Chiefs still going into the defensive side of the ball. All right, defense time. We got the defensive lines for both the Chiefs and the Rams. The Chiefs' best defensive line players, Chris Jones. You got Derek Nandi, Alan Bailey. And the Rams' defensive line is pretty dang loaded. Michael Brockers. You got Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald, and Dante Fowler. This one's pretty easy. The Rams are going to get this one on the defensive line. Just listen to all those names, right? Of course, Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald we brought up in the last video for the Rams and the Saints. They're just so freaking dominant. You know the guys and what they're going to bring. Aaron Donald has 12 sacks as a defensive tackle. A defensive tackle. That's insane. He is the best defensive player in the game, and just so amazing what he can do as a defensive tackle. Dante Fowler comes in and brings in a spark. You saw his strip sack strip sack that he had on Russell Wilson this past Sunday. Crazy stuff. So you know what he's going to bring to the table. He makes it even better for the defense. Defensive line for the Chiefs, Chris Jones is their best player. He is really, really solid, but just the overall depth that the defensive line for the Rams has makes them really, really strong, and it's sad for the Chiefs here, but got to give it to the Rams. So much great talent. And Michael Brockers, still a very, very good defensive player. So, yeah, Rams take this one, and now we're tied up going into the linebacker crew. All right, we're at the linebacker crews now, the Chiefs linebackers and the Rams linebackers. For the Chiefs, we've got Justin Houston, D. Ford, Anthony Hitchens, and Reggie Ragland. For the Rams linebackers, we have Samson Bachman, Corey Littleton, and Mark Barron. Again, this one's a pretty simple one for me. The Chiefs linebackers win here and take the advantage 4-3. The Chiefs linebackers are great. Like, really, really good. Justin Houston, I mean, this guy is insane. When he is on, he is on. And you saw it last week. The guy's explosive. The guy is extremely talented. He is a ball buster. He's going to make those plays. And if I'm any offense, I'm pretty scared to see Justin Houston. He's been injured the last couple of years, but you know what you're going to get out of him. Anthony Hitchens, he's got to rack up those tackles. He is going to be the guy to get those tackles and help out his stat sheet, but he's very productive for the linebacker crew for the Chiefs. D. Ford, awesome talent. I'm, again, a guy that can really help out this defense and win. Justin Houston's not at 100%. He's the guy to carry on. He's really good. Reggie Ragland, also very solid as well. Rams linebackers, I still like them. You know, Corey Littleton's my favorite linebacker out of the group, but just all the athleticism that the Chiefs linebackers have, there's no question about this one. Just like it was for the Rams defense, it's got to be easy enough for the Chiefs linebackers crew here. So Chiefs take the lead 4-3 as we go into the secondary. All right, we're at the secondary department now for both the Chiefs and the Rams. For the Chiefs, we got Steven Nelson, ranked the 11th best corner in the game with an 80.6 rating on PFF. Eric Murray and Orlando Scandrick also there in the cornerback and safety roles. You know, they're pretty decent in what they do here. The Rams secondary, Marcus Peters, John Johnson, LaMarcus Joyner, and Sam Shields. I'm picking the Chiefs on this one. Yeah, I'm picking the Chiefs secondary on this one. And I know people are going to be like, boo, this can't be the right pick. Are you kidding me? The Rams have more talent. Here's the thing. They've underproduced. This is the one category where I'm not really picking based off of who has the better talent, even though I'm saying which one's better. It's the fact that the Rams secondary has been pretty desperate. John Johnson's been probably their best player right now. He's got a good ranking. He's the 13th best safety in the game according to PFF. Good stuff. LaMarcus Joyner's rating's been kind of low, and he's made those plays. He hasn't made a lot of great plays. And Marcus Peters is ranked the 106th best corner in the game this season. You kidding me? You kidding me? I'm going to pick this guy? No, his rating's been terrible. He can back himself up all he wants, but he's been giving up multiple big plays, and the Rams secondary especially has been giving up big plays. That's all the thing. Big plays, big plays. Jesus. The Chiefs secondary has been kind of this bend, don't break secondary, and Steven Nelson has been able to help out that core a lot. And Orlando Scandrick, you know, he makes a play from time to time, but it's really about the Steven Nelson group there. So, you know, it's just about the Rams secondary and their ineffectiveness to get it done. And they're not very good. They're not very good this year. They've given up a whole lot of plays. And the Chiefs secondary the last 3 or 4 weeks has been pretty decent. They've been playing some good football. So I'm picking the Chiefs on this one. Take the 5-3 advantage. Finally, here we have the kickers between the two teams. For the Chiefs, we had Harrison Butker, 16 of 17 field goals made, 6 for 6 from 40 to 49, 0 of 1 from 50 plus. Greg Zuerlein has 14 of 16 field goals made, 1 of 2 from 40 to 49, and 2 of 3 from 50 yards. Here's the biggest thing. Greg has played in 5 games and Butker's played in 10. And they have one less difference in attempts. I'm going with Greg the leg. I know he hasn't been the most accurate from deep. He's only kicked 5 field goals from 40 or plus, and he's only gotten 3 of those 5. But I'm trusting Greg the leg to get it done in big situations. He's been a very big contributor for the Rams offense and getting it done and making those field goals when necessary, when they absolutely have to. And again, just the amount of attempts he's going to get. Like, it's crazy. They haven't really needed to use a field goal kicker in Kansas City because of, I mean, both offenses score a lot, but Rams every once in a while get stopped. The Chiefs either just punt or score touchdowns, it seems like. I'm going with Greg the leg. Gotta give him there. And I know a lot of people last week were mad at me or a couple weeks ago, I should say, were mad at me for not picking Greg the leg there. So I'm going to pick Greg the leg in this situation. So Rams get this one, but the Chiefs win it overall 5-4. And I'll go into my outro here. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Smash the like button. Comment below your thoughts. Again, I know we're not going to agree on every single point that I made in this video, and that's fine. Comment below. Give your reasons as to why you think the Rams are better, or what do you think I said wrong in this video, whatever it is. Be civil in the comments. We were pretty much civil in the last one. I appreciate that, so be civil here as well. If you don't agree, that's fine. Put in your reasons. Why do you think the Rams are better? Why do you think the Rams are going to win Monday night? I think the Chiefs are going to win in that big Monday Night Football contest. So, just put your reasons in below. It's fine. We can have a discussion about it. Be civil. Subscribe to the Bottom Line View for more NFL content. Of course, we're going to hit you with some recaps this weekend, and that big live stream of this game we're going to be streaming on Monday night. So I'm very excited for that. Watch that for sure. That's going to be a banger, and more content is on the way from myself and Mitch. So, Dylan of the Bottom Line View, peace out.